The unveiling of a monument takes place 11 to 12 months after one is laid to rest. This marks the end of the mourning period. We say, Father of all mercies and God of all comforts, behold this act of a pious devotion as an everlasting monument is dedicated to the memory of Samuel Goodman. The Lord has given, the Lord has taken away. Praise be the name of the Lord. Tender is a father with his children. The Lord is merciful with his worshipers. He knows how we are all fashioned. He remembers that we are all but dust. The days of man are as grass. He flourishes as a flower in the field. The wind passes over it and it is gone, and no one could recognize where it grew. But the Lord's compassion to his worshipers, his righteousness to children's children, remain age after age unchanging. My flesh, my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart. He is my portion forever. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He has me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He guides me on paths of righteousness. He revives my soul for the sake of his glory. Though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you're with me. Your staff and your rod do comfort me. You set a table inside of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall abide in the house of the Lord forever. I will now recite a prayer. We remember them. At the rising of the sun and at its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of the winter, we remember them. At the opening of buds in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the rustling of leaves and the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. As long as we live, they too shall live, as we remember them. I will now recite the Mourner's Kaddish. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei rabbah, b'yoma divrach cherusei v'yamlech machusei, b'chayichon uv'yomeichon uv'chayei dechol beis Yisrael, ba'agala uv'zman kariv v'imramein. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach liolam melomei amaya. Yisparach v'yishtabach v'yispa'ar v'yishroman v'yistasei. V'yishadar v'yishalev v'yishalal shemei dekudesha b'riachu. Liela min kol brachasa v'shirasa, tushbechasa v'nechamasa, the amiron biyoma v'imramein, yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imramein, Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimaru. Amen. I want to take this opportunity to remind us all what Judaism teaches us, which is we believe that in addition to a physical body, God has placed in each and every one of us an eternal soul. And while we are here on this earth, it is our responsibility to do the best that we can with that soul that God placed in us. And indeed, there can be no doubt in anyone's mind here today how Samuel Goodman used his soul. Samuel, as we say in Yiddish, he used his gitten neshama, his good, sweet, eternal soul that God placed in him. And he used it in the finest manner possible. As Samuel was a loving and devoted husband to his wife Marla for over 61 years, a marriage based on true love, devotion, and dedication. And how blessed was Samuel to have married the love of his life and his best friend. Samuel was also a loving and devoted father, father-in-law, grandfather, and true friend to all who knew him. Samuel was a successful CPA. He was a hard worker and an excellent provider. He knew what should be most important in this world, and that was his mishpacha. That was his family. I'd like to take this opportunity to read some words from his grandson, Jared. My Papi Sam was my best. I have looked up for him and to him for as long as I can remember. And I know that I am the person I am today because of him. I loved sitting on the couch with him on Sundays and watching the Dallas Cowboys play before going to dinner at Mateo's with Grandma Mimi, who was nowhere to be found during the games. How a man from New York fell in love with a team from Dallas still baffles me. But they became my favorite team too. When we moved to Atlanta, I missed out on our weekly dates, but always loved coming up to New York for Thanksgiving, where we would watch our beloved Cowboys. Papi, I will miss you forever and promise to update you on the scores whenever I visit. And that's from Jared. We come here today, and in my humble opinion, we do not say for a single moment that Samuel died and it's over, but rather just his physical body is no longer with us. Everything he did for you, everything he meant to all of you, he will always, always be in your hearts and in all of your minds forever, and you will take him wherever you go. May Samuel's name, may Samuel's memory be for a blessing. Amen. El Molei Rachamim, Shochein Bamromim, Hamitzei Menuchanochan Atafashchina, B'malosh Kedoshim Oterim Kzorkim Masidihim, Esenishmas Shmuel ben Aryeh Halevi. Shalach liolamaho, b'gadein tei menuchata. Ana balarachamim hasti rehepes etafach liolamihim. Utzro b'tzro hachayim es nishmataho. Adayhuna chalataho. V'tanu b'shalom ha-mishkava v'nomar amen. In English, O God exalted and full of compassion, we ask that you kindly grant the perfect peace in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Samuel Goodman, who has gone to his eternal home. Samuel is survived by his wife Marla, his son Bruce and his wife Lisa, his daughter Janet and her husband Larry, his daughter Stacy and her husband Barry, his grandchildren Adam, Jared and Samantha, and all other relatives and friends. Master of mercy, we beseech you. We ask that you remember all the worthy, all the righteous deeds that he performed in this land of the living. May his soul be bound up in the bond of life. The Lord is his portion. May he rest in peace, and let us all say, Amen. I'm going to now place a rock on top of the stone. I want to thank everyone for attending the virtual unveiling a service. Whenever you come to visit, you can come and place a rock on top of the stone to show that you visited the grave. May the whole family know of no more sorrows. This now concludes the virtual unveiling service for Samuel Goodman.